Hey guys, this is National Master Kevin Yang back at it with another video. This one is against 23 Dragons again. Let's get to it. So f4, c5, knight f3, d5. So this is the bird's defense, right? f4, the bird, and then g3 comes. So I'm playing this setup where I bring my bishop to g2. I hopefully one day get to play e4 and try to expand on the king side a bit. Knight c6, bishop g2, castles d3, e6. Now I play queen to e1, hinting at this e4 possibility. Queen b6, maybe saying, I'm looking at your king. I might play c4 check. So I play king h1. Knight b4 happens. I bring my knight to a3, just defend c2. And now g6. Now I'm not sure of the move g6 because I personally believe that the bishop belongs on this diagonal. So I thought the g6 move was a little bit unnecessary. And at the same time, it also very much traps the bishop on f5 to go places. The move g6, it takes away the g6 square. It leaves the bishop with only one square. Bishop on g4. So what do? I play c3 first. I say, no, knight. You cannot come. Knight c6, and now knight to e5. So knight d5 saying if pawn takes, I'm going to take knight d7 and e4. This is my goal. Take, bishop g4, and now h3. If you play bishop h5, I'm going to play g4 and trap your bishop. And if you play knight takes e5, I'm going to play pawn takes g4, right? So nothing there to say, but I'm just saying the move g6 gives me a lot of resources, right? I'm able to find ways to actually go towards a potential target, the target being the trapped bishop. So in the game, what happened was the move bishop d6, and this move was nearing the end, unfortunately. Now e4 comes. And there are so many ways to think about this, right? If pawn takes e4, I have this move knight e to c4, saying if you go queen to d8, I'm going to go pawn to e4. And if you move your bishop away, I have a fork of the two pieces. And if you take, I take, and I am up a piece, right? And if bishop g4, then what? Well, then we could go with h3, right? We could go with knight takes c6, b takes c6, and e5, right? So there's so many options here. It's all a matter of choice. So knight to e5, bishop d6, I opted for e4, and what happened was knight c4, and now knight to b5. So I get this bishop, and if queen to e7, knight takes d6, king f8, take, bishop g4, I still have this g4 move, right? I can still trap this bishop. So that is why our friend 23Dragons resigned, was just because too many pieces were being lost. So what can I say is the reason why I won the game? Well, to be honest, the opening was okay, but the move g6 pretty much ended the game. Not in an immediate way, but it paved the way for me to be able to identify that this bishop is a good target to go for. So here I was able to go c3, knight e5, and e4. And then, in addition, these two are very vulnerable. So I would suggest that if bishop d6 and you see that e4 is coming, probably go bishop to g7 or bishop to e7. Avoid the fork square. That's what you want to do sometimes. So here in the game, I was able to fork and fork. So, I mean, a lot of complicated moves, a lot of in between moves that really made some big threats. But it takes some practice to really identify those things. So, I do not blame 23 Dragons for anything. It was a great series of games, but it's just that, I found the moves that were critical to bettering my position. I found moves that tactically were interesting or they were complicated, right? And I think that's what allowed me to win the game. This complication, this letting the opponent think on it. So knight e5 and the move e4. Like my plan was straightforward, but what the end result I was trying to get to was extremely massive, and I'm just so grateful for that. So it's important to have fun. It's important to strategize. It's important to find your curiosity and just do what you can in terms of improving. And if you don't improve, just remember that as long as you put in effort, as long as you have the time and you devote the good strength and the goodwill, you're going to get there. So I'll see you soon, hopefully.